सो जेंडर डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर वैसे समझने में लगता है कि बहुत ही सिंपल है कि औरतों का ब्रेड विनर मॉडल, पुरुष को बाहर जाके काम करना वो भी इम्पॉर्टेंट काम कर रहा है, औरतों को घर का काम करना वो भी इम्पॉर्टेंट काम है, पर एक्चुअली नहीं है, क्योंकि वैल्यूएशन जैसी आप करते हो किसी एक का काम कम वैल्यू का हो जाता है, एंड दैट इज वेयर द प्रॉब्लम लाइज।
When we count work, we go by the standardized definitions of work. Based on that definition of work, by asking a very simple question to the respondent, are you working? It doesn't really cater to anything that we understand about women's work.
Sometimes there is a gap between the knowledge that we are producing and the action that we are actually undertaking on the ground, although they are intricately linked. So action and knowledge work together. Each derives from the other.
अगर औरत के काम की बात करनी है तो बात काम से शुरू नहीं कर सकते, बात दूसरी चीज़ों से शुरू करनी है, जैसे पेट्रियार्की हो गया, कास्ट हो गया, क्लास हो गया, अगर आप विदेश में जाए तो रेस हो गया, ट्राइब्स हो गया, जेंडर हो गया.
These are words that have been part of our vocabulary for 30 years now. But when you actually start really looking at it seriously and somebody helps you have a framework with some key ideas with which you can actually start looking at this concept, I feel that it helps people to have a deeper understanding.
इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ सोशल स्टडीज़ ट्रस्ट ISST का जो मेन काम का फोकस है वो है औरत और औरतों के काम को विजिबलाइज करना. कोशिश इस बार ये की गई कि कॉन्सेप्ट्स को ऊपर रखिए और उसके अंदर जो थ्रेड्स है उसको बाहर लाए. सो फॉर एग्जांपल हमने पेट्रियार्की, कास्ट, स्टेट, इन सब की जो बात की है, जेंडर डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर की बात की है, अलग अलग करने से शायद वो कनेक्शन ना समझ में आए, तो कहीं पे नेक्सस की बात करना ज़रूरी है कि ये इनका तालमेल कैसे बनता है, कैसे जुड़ता है, और फिर वो जुड़ने से क्या क्या इनविजिबलाइजेशन होता है.
Each of us has multiple identities. We are living in multiple realities, and it is important to recognize that, and that should be the starting point.
Ambedkar Saab said that there is never a division of labor but a division of laborers. But women bear the double burden of oppression owing to their location of caste and also owing to the location of their gender.
So for this protectionist, masculine, capitalist and Brahminical patriarchal state, this kind of liberal feeling of these women who traditionally came from assigned lower caste, so these women kind of got the opportunity to place themselves in these dance bars. But since they started earning money, there was a class mobility. By seeing it as a moral panic, the state wanted to put a ban on it.
Every level, power is at play, and this experience of power in every situation, every relationship is critical to understand if you want to understand again this perspective about women and work. That when women, what are the opportunities that are available to women in the economic realm? A lot of it is governed by what is available to her right from her intimate living spaces, which is defined by her identities, and further with the combination of resources and education which will enable her to become, even if we say economically empowered or not.
हमें लगा कि एक मेटा नैरेटिव ऑफ कल्चर बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट रहेगा एज अ पॉट. किस तरीके से ये सारी चीज़ें एक साथ मिल के, फिर कुछ भी ऐसा लीनियर नहीं है कि पहले पेट्रियार्की काम करता है, फिर कास्ट काम करता है, फिर स्टेट. इतना सीधा सुलझा कुछ भी कंपार्टमेंटलाइज नहीं है. ये कॉन्स्टेंटली एज अ पर्सन, डिपेंडिंग ऑन आप कहाँ लोकेटेड हैं, आप नेविगेट और नेगोशिएट कर रहे हैं. जानते हुए कर रहे हैं, कभी ना जानते हुए कर रहे हैं, पर आप कर रहे हैं.
Why is it that the dominant popular cultural ideas are always so so in your face and all over around you in your environment, but your lived realities, unke bare mein baat karne ke liye you have to find safe spaces? Why is it that women's lived experiences are not out there in the mainstream popular idea of being a woman?
were trying to understand how feminists started challenging many of the oppressive systems that they were facing. So this course tried to unpack these concepts, not just in terms of the definitions and the meanings, but also in terms of their histories. So how did these concepts come to be? At which point of time did people start talking about wage gaps? Or sort of deconstructing the binary of productive and reproductive labor. So the course talked about that as well.
One of the objective of this session was to discuss and disseminate and understand the concepts, and also to emphasize methodologically the use of ethnographic work and the use of micro level studies, and what do they reveal to us and what do they tell us in terms of complexities of everyday experience of living under neoliberal conditions.
Especially the discourse and development influenced a certain kind of trajectory of gathering and collecting data, and therefore numbers became important over the experiences and histories of people at the margins. So this relationship is what we really tried to foreground when we took out this research and tried to understand pastoral communities and pastoral women at work, in women's work.
कोई भी जब इस तरीके के कोर्स के लिए आता है तो वो अपने साथ बहुत कुछ लेके आ रहा है. ये हमारे दिमाग में था कि जो वो लेके आ रहे हैं उसको कैसे टैप करें.
सारी चीज़ें कैसे एक साथ आ रही है, कास्ट, क्लास, जेंडर, मल्टीटास्किंग वुमेन, ठीक है, सो कॉल्ड गुड वुमेन, एजेंसी, एस्पिरेशन, इन सब चीज़ों को लेकर हमें हमेशा कॉन्शियस रहना पड़ता है कि इम्पैक्ट कैसे पड़ने वाला है हमारी फैमिली पे, हम पे, सोसाइटी पे, या फिर मार्केट और स्टेट पे.
दिस इज़ लाइक द थिंग वी हैव डिस्कस्ड एवरी डे, that everyday negotiations, everyday bargaining with different kinds of intersecting markers, because why should I always keep like changing and modifying my behavior, because they cannot keep their eyes off a person, so everyday resistance,
So we felt that there's no black and white thing here involved. It's just depending on the space that you're in and what is your larger goal, you're just constantly negotiating and bargaining at every step.
जो शुरुआत में भावना ने कहा था ना कि हम सब पहेलियाँ हैं और इन पहेलियों में कहानियाँ हैं, हम सब बहुत अलग अलग लोकेशन से आते हैं, तो when we actually link those issues and these thematic areas to our lives, we also understand how differently these concepts can be experienced by all of us in our lives.
Co-learning is something that we are all part of. One learns so much from the participants because they have a range of experiences that they are bringing with them.
I'm a field practitioner but having no theoretical background. So I came here to learn a lot more nuances and theory. I have now proper words which are industry words. So that, and I think a lot of self-realization that okay, the work I've been doing, where is it lacking?
तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि जो एक जेंडर पर्सपेक्टिव है, फेमिनिस्ट पर्सपेक्टिव है, इसके लिए कोई बाउंड्री नहीं हो सकती है. इसको एक व्यापक रूप में समझने की आवश्यकता है. और मेरा जो एक नोशन था वो भी कहीं ना कहीं टूटा कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें एक्सप्लोर करने की ज़रूरत है और बहुत सारी चीज़ों को बहुत सतही तरीके से समझने की आवश्यकता है.
Something that is always new, no matter how much of a feminist space that I am in, there's always something new to learn from a new group. And I feel to a very, very major extent the course has been able to do that for me, because I think I managed to find that safe space too. We managed to create a safe space for each other, because I think without that no feminist conversation can ever happen.
Sociological lens और economic lens से और political lens से आप इस चीज़ को देखेंगे नहीं, तब तक इसकी समझ पूरी बनेगी नहीं. तो I think starting तो समझ बनाने की है.